Hey there, mystical souls. How is everybody tonight? Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday evening. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate. I'm a traditional Western and evolutionary astrologer. I blend it all together. I invite you to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss any of the updates. For those of you that are regulars, thank you for your continued support. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you are looking for more of an in-depth one-on-one consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystik.com. And for those of you who are interested in, I'm offering on my Patreon membership. There's 3 different tiers. I do 2 live Zooms, and I do daily updates on what's going on, and I do early release of videos. So if you'd like to get in the queue for tonight's reading, definitely hit the QR code right there. It is a $40 PayPal donation, and please include your date, time, and your location. I would love to know who all is here in the queue, and I would love to know if you know your sun, your moon, and your rising. So, hey, Ellen, I'm super excited that you're here. You are like first. I'm like bumping you up there. I am so glad that you're here. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Did I see the message about your son messing with me about his girlfriend? No, I did not see the latest. The latest update I got was that the son had a girlfriend that was pregnant, and then you gave me the birth information of that. So then I sent you one message back. So no, I knew you were going to accept it. Oh my gosh. So wait until we talk about your astrology, because there's a lot of things going on with it. So, and she is not pregnant. That is not even funny. That's not even a funny joke. All right, let me talk a little bit of... Hey, Sue, how are you? How are you, Sue? Loves astrology. I am well. I would love to know where you guys are at. I am just arrived in Quartzsite. We are in the midst of this beautiful desert, mixed up with a few other people. Going to be here for just a little while before moving on to California. And yeah, trying to ride the wave of today's Sun-Pluto conjunction. I don't know about you guys, but like today it was really, really intense and hitting me hard. So yeah. And Alan, I'm glad you gave him the lecture on that, because just not even funny. Just not funny. All right, so let me dive into, I want to talk a little bit about like what is going on in today. And hold on. Good Lord. There we go. All right, so just for everybody to have an idea about the energy, we have a Sun-Pluto conjunction today. Very intense. The sun represents us, and Pluto represents, it's usually a trauma signature, and it represents birth, death, rebirth, a place where we are forced to have this transformation. Hey London, how are you? So glad you're here, Jennifer. I'm hoping that everybody's Sun Pluto is not hitting them as hard as it was for me today. Aquarius is such air energy, like think outside the box, and this was about surrendering and moving towards change and accepting it, whether we like it or not. And the sun is like all of these conjunctions that are crossing past Pluto is like an initiation of sorts, of saying change or be left behind, change or be left behind. And so that's what part of this is. And I want to draw your attention to like this. This is a huge stellium that is only building. I'm going to do a separate video on this for the new moon, because like there is so much that's going on. We have beautiful Venus here, like stuck between Saturn and I would say the North Node, and like Saturn with these limitations, and Venus is really trying her darndest to get some things done, and the North Node is pushing us where we're supposed to be going. But there just seems to be this push-pull energy. I want to bring up one more thing to be aware of. We have, remember, Mars is still stationed retrograde. On the 23rd, it's going to come into an opposition. Remember, when one thing opposes another, it's like this tug of war, this push-pull. And so this is difficult in that it's emotional, it's clashing, it's words, and it's actions. The positive that's going to come from this is Uranus. Uranus is the wild card. So if you noticed, this is connected in a sextile and this is connected in a trine. Both harmonious. Uranus is going to be the solution out of where we're going and what we're doing and the things that we're moving forward with. So that is the positive things, like the difficult that we have to work with, but the positive that comes from it. And then the 29th, we're going to have this beautiful new moon with Pluto, Mercury, Sun, Moon, like everything. It's just going to be intense. So I'm buckling on up and saying, let's ride this wave together. So I greatly appreciate all of you being here. So let me pull up first Ellen, because you are first in the queue tonight. And I'd love to know where everybody is coming from tonight and how is the weather. I'm worried about everybody because this cold wave that's coming across the United States, I know in my home state of Ohio, tonight is supposed to be negative 25. Like, it's just not a healthy temperature. So hopefully everybody is doing well. All right, so Ellen, we talked, let's see. Okay. So we emailed back and forth, and I want to talk about the things that are going to be going on with this job of yours. So I know that you were offered this, and I know that you're waiting on something else. And so we're going to start off with Pluto and Sun. Pluto and Sun coming together. Pluto wants power. It's in your house of partnerships, contracts, negotiations, relationships. The Sun is you. Aquarius is, how do I think outside the box? How do I get creative with this? How do I work with the energy that I'm given? I am glad that you have taken this job because this is going to get you out of where you are, or where you, I'm going to say in the past, where you've been, because the goal is first to get you out of there. And then the next step, there will come from this, there will either be a next step within this job or another job with the one that you were looking for. I say that because Pluto is saying, look, radical change, quickly pivot, time to transform, power struggles, and I don't want any part of it. I want to be in control of my own destiny, and I'm going to take the power back. Now, I want to bring this into play. This is going to be in a couple of days here. This is becoming exact. You have Mars in your 12th house. The 12th house is like the hidden house. It's the psychic abilities. It's your intuition. It's, I have to act for myself. Now, remember, it's stationing retrograde, but it's opposing Mercury. Mercury rules over your money sector, and Mercury rules over your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and your networking sector. And so there's this push-pull. The 6th house represents your balance between your home and your career. So there's this, I want to do this, but I have to do this. It's about words, combative words, protecting yourself, wanting to have the goal, and how do I get there? I'm going to erase all of this so it doesn't confuse you. The goal to get there, so this is the opposition. The solution is going to be Uranus. Uranus is in your career sector. It is saying if something presents itself, if it seems like it's too crazy to be true, it's not. This is, Uranus is the maverick. You having to say, I'm going to take this leap of faith. I'm going to make this change. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to take charge of this. It is in a square to your partnership sector, because that's making it uncomfortable of, how do I do this? I'm afraid. I'm working from a space of fear because I could lose everything. You will not. You will not lose everything. You will gain. You are going to gain from this because this is moving you forward. And then there will be, I really believe that this is a stepping stone. I believe that there's going to be something else. He wanted to hire you over the phone with one phone call. I believe it. Your current employer. Oh, I know. I believe your employer likes to play games. I know that you said that you had something else in play for a job that you may want. I'm thinking that there may be something that comes from this current job that either lends itself to the next step, but I believe that there's going to be a second step that's going to come from this. This is going to get you all kinds of different connections with other people. I do want to throw out one more thing. Let's see. I want to talk about the new moon, because the new moon, we are going to have, okay, I want you to imagine this, and I'm going to try and draw. So we're going to have Mercury. Mercury is going to join. So Mercury is going to be here, and we're going to have this beautiful new moon. So remember that new moons are clean slates, fresh starts, new beginnings, time to plant seeds. In the sign of Aquarius is air, manifesting what do you want with contracts? What do you want in collaboration? The 7th house is not just business partners, it's also relationship partners. It's best friends, it's significant others. What are you looking for in a partner? Remember how we have been talking about this in the past of this is where you're going to plant your seeds of, okay, if this is the job I want, this is the partner that I want, this is what I seek out in a partner. And so, yes, you're very familiar with the construction industry. You have the potential to become a project manager. I truly believe that you do. I believe that that there will be major steps that come from this. Because Mercury is going to be stationed here, it's going to be the way that you communicate. It's signing contracts, signing documents. It could mean possible collaborations with others, because Mercury rules over your 11th house of your dreams, your goals, your networks, and it rules over your 2nd house of money. And so we know that things that you are doing now are to move you up the ladder. I do believe that there can also be partnership, relationship, like romantic relationship partnerships available, because you are ruled. You're Leo rising, and then the moon ruling your 12th house. It's bringing those things together to plant the seeds of, and I would say let's be specific, and you can have more than one goal. This is the 7th house, and so this is, what do you want in a best friend? What do you want in a partner? What do you want in negotiations and contracts? And so you might meet somebody from the work arena, but this new moon is for you to truly plant those seeds to say, this is what I want in partnership. And I would do 2 different partnerships, one for the work arena for collaborations and for the professional, and one for personal, because the 7th house is you with everybody else. It's not just a standalone. It represents you with collaboration with everybody. And so this one is going to be like energized, like electric, and having Pluto here. Pluto says, getting rid of the old, get it gone. And the sun is saying, all right, I need to think differently here. What does that look like? And the moon here is like having your mind buzzing with all these different opportunities and these connections. And Mercury is the communication sector. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. I'm so glad. I was talking to my husband saying, all right, I've done her chart ahead of time, and I don't like to give advice. I like to give options, like various solutions to get to the best and highest good for yourself. But this is truly like where you needed to be, moving in this direction of just this is going to be cutting ties and leaving the past behind. And this is other people knowing your worth, valuing you, and appreciating you for what you have to give. Let me look in here a little bit more. Some things to be aware of, like to be thinking about. This your south node is at 29 degrees. Remember, the south node is like a drain. It pulls away. And the south node is going to be coming closer to Pluto. Pluto is, again, we look at it as a trauma signature, but we also look at it as where we are supposed to transform. This has to do with material things, money, cash, property, skill set, worth, and getting rid of what no longer is serving you so you could be focused on your greatest good. This is, if you notice, I want to show you the degrees. Your Uranus is at 23 degrees in a harmonious aspect, like it's in a trine with Pluto. Pluto is saying, get it gone. Quit holding on to something out of fear. Embrace something out of excitement, pleasure, and joy. And the south node is going to say, once that scaffolding underneath you is gone, it's gone, and you're going to be focused on the direction in which you're going instead of what am I leaving behind. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Yep, sounds like where I want to go. Yes. Yeah, I know your oldest son passed away. Yeah. I can look, I just cannot even go there. I cannot even imagine. Yeah, I cannot even imagine. This Pluto and the South Node might have you, okay, I'm just going to go there a little bit. It might have you going there to release the guilt that's attached to the shoulda, coulda, woulda, and to possibly be going through some things. At least that's what I'm hearing. I usually don't do like those kind of messages on a Zoom, but what I hear is that it's going to be a cleaning out or a clearing out of, to embrace the life of, instead of, yeah, the owner of the company has the same name as your son. Oh gosh, like, I am so sorry about that, because you want to, you know, like, because you don't want to have to think about him every time you think about your son. I'm going to light a candle for you tonight and for your son, and know that all of this that you're going through, it's resiliency. I love this for you, in that you need to be working towards this healing for the passing of your son. I don't think anybody could ever say that they've been there, done that, unless like within the same circumstances. And my heart goes out to you, because no mother or father should ever have to go through anything like that. So to you my deepest love, and I'm hoping that all of this is making sense to you. Yeah, and again, super glad you are moving on. This is the right time, the right place, because when the water is stagnant, nothing can grow. If there's too much water in the soil, nothing grows. If it's too dry, nothing grows. Pluto is where we plant the seed, and when everything is the right season, then the seed is allowed to grow. And for you, it's about growth within your 7th house. I'm excited for you for this. Yes, sending you healing. All right. I heart you, Ellen. I heart you. Sending you love. All right. Thank you for like always being here. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. All right, I have Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, for being here. I don't think. Yep. Am I allowed to say the last name? Jennifer Gamby. There we go. All right. Thanks, Jennifer. Okay. So first, I want to talk about like your chart as an overall. Like when you messaged me and said, yeah, you're not like normal Taurus energy, I don't know how much you've done with astrology. I know you said you were going to be getting back into it. This is huge, girlfriend. Like, this is really huge. You're a 0. 0 degrees is brand new. It's an anaretic degree that says, I have never done this before. I am a brand new newbie at it. I also want to bring your attention to your Neptune at 29 degrees. This is considered like a final exam of this lifetime of, I need to get this one right. So you are starting something new. I, Jennifer, want to learn what it's like to be a Taurus, and not only learn what it's like to be a Taurus. This is in your first house of your identity, and your Mars is here, your Mercury is here, your Chiron, your wound. Like, we could go on and on and on about how you're learning to be this, and still feeling a wound from this, and then how all of this energy, because this Sagittarius energy, you got another stellium here. So truly, your life has been kind of polarized in two different areas of your existence. And I want to draw your attention to this. I'm going to consider this a conjunction. Having Saturn in Scorpio at 1 degree, only 2 degrees away from Pluto in the sign of Libra, this is authority and wounding, difficulty, all woven in together into a mixed bag of lessons. We consider Chiron is where our wound is, but we consider Pluto to be like a trauma signature of where birth, death, and rebirth, transformation happens. And so we know that transformation for you is about finding balance. It's in the sign of Libra, and it's what is mine, what is yours, what is codependency, and it's in your 6th house of your day-to-day living, and of how do I nurture and care for myself, how can I be of service to others. And then we're going to throw in Saturn in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is deep, intense, watery energy, and it usually represents like Saturn here is representing like authority figures. And so with this, it's within partnerships, and this could be definitely a mixed bag of codependency, or I want to put this nicely, of somebody having control over you within some type of a partnership, or some kind of, which was not to your benefit, and you are going to be like working on it, because this opposes who you are. Needing to be sensual and in tune to what your body needs, your wants, your needs, your desires, and not to be embarrassed by it, to embrace your feelings, to embrace your intuition, like to just embrace the skin that you're in. And these two things opposing can be a difficult, it can be difficult in somebody's natal chart. So hopefully you knew this about yourself before you, well, if you did not know it, you now know it. All right, let me take one more quick look here. What else do I want to discuss? Like, we could go on and on and on about your nodal story, but I want to give you a general overview about what's going on today. So since I've talked about that, I want to talk about, we could go on and on and on about your mother. So your mother is right here, and mother at home, 4th house, difficult, in a square with Saturn. So like, this is one person disagreeing with another one, and I'm not going to let you have your voice. So I am sorry about all that. Know that I see it. Yeah. Know that I see you, I hear you, I value you. And this will be in a square with who you are and other people with control over, if that makes sense. All right, so let's talk about some things that are going on today. Hopefully all of this is making sense to you. All right. So all right, Jennifer. So let me explain that the inner wheel represents you. Okay, so here we have you in the center, and the outside ring is what is going on with you right now in your life. And so I want to talk about some bigger topics. I know you talked about you in the message that you sent me about like homesteading. That goes right along with the whole earthy Taurus. It's about getting back to nature and getting back to making things with your hands, being cautious about what goes into your body, and being in tune and being in alignment with your body. And so I absolutely, I love that for you. I do want you to know that this Sun-Pluto conjunction is the 10th house is the top of your chart. It's like it's job, responsibilities, legacy. It's how everybody else sees you, but it's also what you do for a career or job or legacy. And so I color code my charts, so when you go back, if you go back and watch this, the green always stand for earth, the light blue is air, the dark blue is water, and the red is fire. So anything that is in a fellow blue sign goes well with it. So we have your Pluto in a harmonious aspect with this. We also have all of this in a harmonious aspect for what's going on here. Let me break it down that Pluto is asking you to transform your job, your responsibilities, your career, your legacy. The Sun in Aquarius is saying, I know that you're a stay-at-home mom. What all does a stay-at-home mom do? What are your responsibilities? Because that's huge. To be able to stay at home and take care of just the home and to do everything that goes along with it, that's more than a full-time job. It's a full-time job, like plus. And so the Sun is saying the Sun rules over your 4th house of home and family. This is opposing your moon, your mothering instincts, or what you've been told by your mother or other feminine energy, and it's about finding your own voice. Pluto is saying, hey, let's work to transform this. How can I, my responsibilities to others, my responsibilities, okay, so I'm glad it's making perfect sense to you. Having all of this happen here is saying, I want you to think outside the box for everything that you are doing. Like it's up for grabs. Aquarius is, I need to think with other like-minded individuals. Who do I connect up with? You would be surprised that the people who are into the same things that you are. You and I could go down a path and spend hours over a nice cup of tea talking about similarities. You will find your tribe that you are meant to be with. I want to bring in, I'm going to add in, hold on a little bit more. I want to bring in this opposition that is building. And where is the Uranus? Okay, Uranus. There we go. All right. So remember how we talked about you, your first house, your identity, Mars is here, how you know you have to initiate things for you, the way that you communicate it, your Chiron, your wound is here. Like at some point we should probably go back and address that, because that'll help move you forward with a healing of some sorts. But this energy, let me draw a line. This is going to be an opposition that's going to be exact on the 23rd. So like the energy is building. First we have the Sun and Pluto saying, I'm ready to shake up this area of your life. And then the Mercury Mars is saying, and now I'm going to make it really difficult. Mars is aggressive. Mars is assertive. Mars wants to cut, sever, remove. This is in your 3rd house of communication, and it's neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's like people that are close to you, within close proximity. Mercury is the way that you communicate, and it's in your 9th house of cross-cultural experiences, foreign people, places, and things. And so this is about an emotional drive with difficulties in what I'm saying and possible fighting and arguing. I want to show you that this is the solution. Uranus is the harmonious aspect that brings them all together. Uranus is saying, I should be a little bit more open-minded about what people are thinking, are saying, are doing, are sharing, because you needing to connect with others, and how do you do it? And not only you being open-minded, choosing your words, and so that you don't have to convince anybody of anything, choosing your words in that you can agree to disagree. We don't all have to agree on everything. Sometimes a healthy conversation or a healthy debate opens up my mind to other solutions, to other things that are going on. This is going to be a trine, and this is a sextile. So both of them are talking to your first house of identity. And Uranus is at 23 degrees. Your Chiron wound is at 25. And your Mercury is at 20. So it's like sitting right there between. I always feel I have to explain myself. I always feel like you don't. I'm telling you, you don't. That you can heal from this in different ways. And it's being creative and thinking outside the box and having a variety of options, or having, you were finding your own tribe today. Look, it's going to be happening. This is you seeking out. I have one more thing I want to share with you. Let me move on from this. I want to talk about this, more specifically this, okay? I don't know how much you know about the North and the South node, but basically the planets, they rotate this way. The nodes, they rotate the opposite way. Each planet takes a specific amount, like the sun takes a year to get around. Mars takes 2 years. Like each planet has a specific cycle, and it works in a specific area of our life. And so Saturn has been here for 3 years. Neptune has been here for 15 years. Really saying, Pisces is watery energy. Jennifer, I want to feel connected with people on a spiritual basis. I want to blend with them. I want to do all these things. Having the North Node literally just shift into this area of your life is really going to open some things up. The South Node is like a drain. It pulls away. It's also where we go when we want to feel safe and secure, because it's the known. And your fifth house is children, creativity, art, music, beauty, love. In the sign of Virgo, structured, organized, detailed. And I need to release more of that. I need to focus on, what do I want? What do I need? Because when I'm happy, everybody's happy. When I'm connected to others that I feel are my star family or my tribe, it benefits everybody. And so this North Node and South Node have just shifted here. They're going to stay here for the next 18 months. It will be activated by the eclipses. And so every single time we have an eclipse, and like think about it as 4 to 6 weeks before the actual date. So all of February, I want you to pay attention to things that are happening, because it's fated events that are leading you towards things. It is eclipses. They eclipse people, places, and things in our life and out of our life. So we know that having the North Node in Pisces, you will be gaining new and releasing old. This could be Facebook groups. This could be groups and networks that you're part of. But it's releasing of the old in order to make space for the new. It literally clears a path. And okay, and one more thing. I know I said just, hold on. So, and one more thing. You're going to have a new moon on the 29th, and we're going to have Moon, Pluto, Mercury. Hold on. Okay, so the new moon is going to be here. I'm going to draw. Pay attention. Oh, no. Try not to. Okay, this guy is going to be here. And you're going to have the moon. So we're going to have this beautiful opportunity for you to say, what is it that I want to be known for? What is it that I want to take charge of? What is it that I want to be responsible for? Remember, the 10th house is careers, jobs, reputation, legacy. It's about it's things that are career or how people like your reputation. And so having the moon here, know that the moon rules over your 3rd house of communication. I'm going to circle all this so it makes sense. The 3rd house of communication, of how do I communicate what I want, the seeds that I want to plant. The sun represents your 4th house. And this is, I want to do this. I want to be able to make money from home, or I want to be able to do this from home, or I want to be able to create this for my home. Mercury is going to be here. Mercury rules over your 2nd house of your money, your cash, your property, your self-worth, and Mercury rules over your 5th house of children, creativity. How do I create something? How do I do something that that I can make money, or that I find joy and pleasure in? And Pluto, we're going to bring Pluto in. Pluto is partnership, and I'm going to say Pluto is the Scorpio, like the partnership. We're going to bring in the 7th house. And so all of this new moon, the seeds that you're going to be planting are going to be activating the area. So here's a horizon. It's going to be activating all these houses below your chart. Anything that's below the horizon affects you personally. Everything that's above the horizon here is you in the outside world. So literally, you are planting new seeds, intentions for what you want to do for yourself privately from your home sector, or that will benefit your home out in the open. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Yeah. Ellen, right? She is ready to make a change. I believe that she's ready to make a change. I believe that there's going to be a lot of people in 2025 who are going to, they're either going to take the leap, or they're going to be left behind. And right now there's this fear. People are feeling the fear of Pluto, and Pluto can be dark. But without the death of something, there cannot be the rebirth of something. And so Pluto says it's time to embrace it. And so it's moving forward. And Pluto's like her whole chart's going to be lit up. And that's not even talking about like all the outer planets. Yeah. I do love Taurus people too, Ellen. They're just so... Oh gosh, they make a promise. They say they're going to be there. They're grounded. They're sensual. They're ruled by Libra. So they're just naturally beautiful, like pretty people. So loving all of that. I appreciate all of you. Okay. Yep. 18 months. You got it figured out. Look, you've got this. Let go of the old, make room for the new. I believe in setting my intentions for the houses that it's supposed to be for. And, yeah. All right. Sending you out air hugs. Oh, I feel like you're nude. Right? I appreciate you for all the skin that you're in. I see you. I hear you. I value you. Sending you air hugs. All right. Let me see who is next in the queue. I am loving tonight. All right. So all right. Lady Fierce. Okay. I got that. All right, let me... First off, thanks for being here. October 4th. Okay. I'm sorry. I always check, double check, and triple check. I'm ruled by Mercury at 0 degrees. Let's see. October 4th. And then I got it. All right, I love it. Okay, so let me read the currently between jobs, beginning a new career. Anything on that? Recent. Also, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad that you're healing. Laws. Do I see anything that shows the modalities or tools for the healing process of learning these lessons? Natal Pluto and 7th vibes. Girlfriend, like, let's talk about this. Okay. And look, you live up to your name, Lady Fierce. And I'm sorry about what you have experienced. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that it cannot. It's definitely intense. All right, so I'm just gonna share your chart for just a second. And not only do you have a natal Pluto, look, Pluto in Scorpio is, you don't only have Pluto in Scorpio, you have Mars, you have Mercury in the sign of Scorpio. If people knew about you that you need the truth in order to feel safe and secure, that you, if they would not keep anything, like if you and I were friends and I was running late and I just made up some like story and said, oh, I've got a flat tire, and then you found out, you would never trust me again. You need, expect, and value the truth in people, places, and things. And if you don't get it, then you seek it. Like, you will secretly like need to like check on what's going on with them. And some people might take that the wrong way and feel like it's an invasion of their privacy. If they understood that you need it in order to feel secure and safe, then they would be more receptive. And I'm going to have to tell you that you have to allow some people to have some secrets. So just don't tell them you know everything or that you've already looked it up. Allow them to live in, like, to have some privacy, because Pluto and Scorpio, we know that you have been hurt or damaged in some way to your mentally, physically, psychically, emotionally through partnership. And this could be in the 7th house is not just, this could be a business partner, or this could be an intimate partner. And having Mars here, Mars is assertive, Mars is aggression. And Mercury in Scorpio, look, I love Mercury in Scorpio because that's like dirty talk. That's like get real with me. Be raw, be real. Like, I appreciate all of these. I want to also bring up that you are a sun in Libra. And sun in Libra, your sun and your Jupiter for the last 18 months have been activated by the eclipses over and over and over, saying, know your value, know your worth, take back your power, don't give everything, don't like, yours is in your 6th house of how I take care of myself and how I can support other people. Along with this, the 6th house is, if I'm not taking care of myself and I'm helping you so much, it then turns into a form of slavery. And that's what the last 18 months have taught you, to take back your own power, to make sure that you're making your self-care a priority, and find a balance in what you do for yourself, balance between home and career. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Lady Fierce, where are we? Okay. Yep, all accurate. Okay, one day at a time. Yes, you will. Okay, so I also want to talk about, like, this is both of them at 18 degrees. Like, I need a mountain to climb, but I want my mountain to be unique and exotic, like people, places, and things. And so that's in a harmonious aspect with who you are. Like, you have these gifts and these talents. Like, I love this trine. It's a beautiful earth trine that you have. You like everything solid, stable, reliable, responsible. And then I look at it as we give ourselves difficulty, and then we also give ourselves joy and pleasure to work within our charts. 4. You do have a square to your nodes. It is called a skip step. It's not with a planet, but it is with Chiron, your wound. the degree of Chiron usually lets us know the age about that somebody has had their wounding. And so yours being at around 3 years old, it could have been something that you brought in with you. So from a past life, if you believe in that, or something that happened when you were itty bitty baby. And so this would be something that you will work on. A skip step, if you look at this, this is a square. It's a 90-degree angle. And it means that when you made this life's plan, you said, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to do my due diligence, but I'm going to skip a few things and make it every time that this is activated, it activates my wound and my north node. Every time my wound is activated, it makes me make a choice between, do I move forward, do I move backwards? Every time your north node's activated, it activates your wound and what do I leave in the past? And so that can be intense. But it's either an all or nothing. Like that is the positive that comes from it. Within your chart, you have set yourself up that when it hits, it's like boom, boom, boom. And then it's like, okay, now I need to build up my resilience in order to recover and move forward. I'm hoping I'm like making sense. Okay, all making sense. Okay, so let me talk about where things are going right now. All right, so I know you asked about like healing. How are things for the healing modalities that I want you to know that Virgo is known for healing. It's about self-care. And so having your nodes just shift into the fifth house is the house of play, joy, art, music, beauty, creativity, all of these topics. It's how do I tap into heal my inner child? Is it through adult play things like going to an amusement park or going to a winery, or it's like what brings you pleasure and joy? And I believe that with the North Node in Pisces, I need to connect with other spiritually minded people. I need to connect with let me look, sorry. Yeah, I was born premature after my mom fell ill, disabled. So you're a caregiver. Okay. I think plays a part of whether I do things makes others happy, play, or myself, my dreams. I love poetry, writing, arts, so I guess delving into that. Oh my gosh. Yes, you should definitely. Okay, and I'm going to bring up something. Since you have brought that up, I'm going to skim ahead and I want to talk about what's going to be coming up. Okay, this is what's going on today. The sun, Pluto is like, what am I giving up? Me being seen. I'm feeling uncomfortable. My sun is here. What am I going to release? What am I going to let go? I have to push past my fears. In a nutshell, I want to talk about this. And Mercury is thoughts, ideas, communication, travel, it's technology, it's writing, it's journaling, it's all of these things. It literally is going to be sitting on top of your Neptune and your Uranus. Remember that Uranus and Neptune together are not traditional. Think outside the box, beauty, harmony, get lost in things. And Mars is protective. It's in the sign of Cancer. It is in opposition. And so I think when you go to write some things and you go to write poetry, it will not be all about roses and butterflies and unicorns. There will be this opposition. Now, the harmonious aspect is that this is a trine and this is a sextile. This is the answer. This is the solution. Uranus is the maverick. It's the wild card. Think outside the box. And so the fact that you like the writing, arts, poetry, I really think that you need to, like, this is going to be like on the 23rd. it will be internal reflection, sitting down, and I think you're going to be digging up things from the past in order to heal from them by putting either pen to paper or fingers on the computer, or to get your thoughts somewhere, either through art or song or writing, and it will help you, because this Uranus is the answer. It's about healing you. The first house is the identity. It's the self. Every time something happens to us, we have a it changes us. We grow, we evolve, we change, and having Uranus in your first house is it's going to be sitting right on. It's like 2 degrees away from your moon. You need mental stimulation. You need comfort. You need joy. You need security. Remember that Taurus is the bull. I always give a visual. I want you to imagine that you are this bull. You're so happy. You're in this pasture. You got all this green grass and there's flowers, and you just want to lay around, be taken care of, nurtured. Look, okay, I'm speaking because I have a moon in Taurus, and so it's nurture me, take care of me, like this is what I want, this is what I need. And your Uranus is there saying, are you asking for what you want? Are you asking for what you need? Are you getting the excitement? Are you stuck in this pasture? Have you outgrown this pasture? What does your pasture look like? Because the first house is your identity. It's all about you. It's who you're presenting to the world. And so, this is gonna be big for you. Let me add one more thing, because the new moon is going to be coming up. I want to throw that in there. The new moon is going to be on the 29th, and it's going to be here. And this guy, he's going to be, for crying in a bucket, he's going to be here, right in there. And then we're going to have the moon in here. So we know that the whole bottom part of your chart is going to be lit up, that you need to say, what responsibilities do I want to take on? What career goals do I want to focus on? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Like anything that is you in the outside world, and how will this nurture, care, and support who you are? So let me look in the comments. After a method that finds helping itself. Yeah, doing audio journals. I agree with that. Just speaking and unpacking things, realizing that so many things I think in those moments, they are, you are channeling some gems. I totally agree. Uranus is airwaves. So I want you to think about technology, and that's anything like email, phone, text, or computer, or AI, or anything new like that. That's what you need to be embracing. This is not just going to be, this is going to be healthy for you. This is going to be growing for you. And I'm hoping that through this, that you are able to heal through whatever you've gone through. I don't know exactly what it was, and but I do know that with a stellium here in your 7th house, that anything that has to do with intimacy and partnerships is where you will learn your life's lessons. I always remind people that wherever we have Scorpio, we learn our lessons through our experiences of pain, trust, love, through our interactions with others. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I am so glad. Okay, it makes sense. Good. And hey, Devin, I'm so glad you are in the house. Glad you are here. All right, let me see. Okay. I do have somebody else who's in the queue, but I do not have all the birth information. So it's Linda. If you could definitely put it in the chat or somehow, some way, I would greatly appreciate it. And hoping everybody is doing well today. All right. Let me see if they're in the the cue it all. Jennifer, you are very, very welcome. I am, you know what? People are these changes that we're all going through right now. They're deep, they're intense. Pluto doesn't take any prisoners. Pluto says, submit. Do not resist anymore. Evolve, change, and grow. And learn to become resilient with it. And I'm feeling it in my own way. And when I look at each of your charts, and I should say thank you each time, because when you share your natal chart with someone, it is sacred information. It is your birth plan that you have created for yourself in this lifetime, and it is it's valuable. And I appreciate the opportunity to look at and to share this information, because even though I don't see you, I feel like I know you by the information that I see in front of you. All right. Oh, good, Linda. Okay. All right. Let me. Thanks. All right, Linda. 627. Okay. And I don't. Oh, 2 a.m. Thanks, Linda. Making sure I'm spelling everything right. All right. All right, Linda. Okay, so let's have a little looky-loo at your chart. Making sure I move it on over. Thanks, Linda, for sharing your chart. So, have you noticed? This is absolutely crazy. The last 3 people have been Taurus rising. Like, that's absolutely crazy. Like, everybody's going through some similar things, some similar themes. All right, so let's take a little look. Okay, so Linda, first off, thank you for trusting me. Some things that I notice when I look at your chart, I want to bring up that I love that your sun is in Cancer, feeling, intuition. Oh gosh, sun in Cancer. Usually sun in Cancer, they have this energy about them that they have these memories that go way back, like early. Like if you ask most people, hey, what's your earliest memory? They'll tell you like middle school, high school. Usually Cancers can remember way back to early childhood. And then your moon is conjunct with Mercury in your second house of Gemini. So like a racing mind or needing your mind to be stimulated. And this is about security, money, resources, cash, property. You do have a square with Chiron to your nodes. Your south node being in your first house. I don't know how much you know about astrology, but definitely Taurus rising crew. You didn't ask for any questions, so I'm going to just tell you what comes out, or what I'm seeing first. Okay, so if we want to look at this from what is Linda working on, you have your south node in the sign of Taurus in your first house. That means, like in a past life, some things didn't go well, and it had to do with your identity and like being lost or losing your identity. And in this lifetime, and then the ruler of that is Venus, and Venus happens to be in your in the sign of Cancer. So like things didn't go well, probably because of a family member, like a mother or a woman or something that had to do with that. The solution to that is to have the North Node in Scorpio. The North Node in Scorpio in the sign of your partnership is, I, Linda, need to be 100% sure of who I connect up with, who I partner with, who I collaborate with, not just in personal relationships, but in business relationships, clients, open enemies, exes. The seventh house is you plus other people. Linda, I need to learn to work with not just accepting what people say to me, but to dig up the information, because people lie and energy does not. And so in this lifetime, that's what you're going to be, the energy which you're going to be working with. And it has to do with home because of Pluto and Mars here. And so, and I'm going to throw out one more thing. Chiron is your wound, so if you think back to around the age of 15, 16, 17, every time one of these are activated, this is activated. All right, so hopefully this makes sense, because what's going on now is activating this storyline. All right, let me get Mother. Hold on. Sorry. Let me do a bi-wheel here so you can see. Knowing that you are the inside wheel and the outside wheel is what is going on. I don't know how much you know about astrology, but imagine that this line going across here is the horizon. At the time that you were born, all of these planets right here, they were below the horizon at the time that you were born. These were what was above the horizon. So these are these houses, they're numbered 1 through 6 down here. These are personal houses of things that you are working on personally for yourself. Everything up here is what you are doing in the outside world. Know that you are the inside wheel, and the outside wheel is what is activating your life right now. And so let's talk about this. I want to bring up Mars. Literally right now today, Mars is sitting on top of your Venus. This is the second time that this has happened in the last 2 months, and it's going to happen for a third, only because here, I'm gonna get rid of this so you can see it. Here we go. I want you to notice that Mars has this little RX here. That's because Mars, the planet of action and passion and drive, is stationed retrograde, meaning it looks like it's going back in the sky. Whenever a planet is stationed retrograde, it means we go inward. We are working on things within. We are taking the life's lessons and saying, I need to work on this. I need to what needs to be cut and severed, because Mars likes to wield a knife and cut and sever. It is sitting on top of your personal Venus. Remember that we talked about Venus is your chart ruler, and it's in a harmonious aspect here with self. Mars is saying it has something to do with communication, taking a class, taking a workshop, close-knit with your community. This will come in an opposition. It will become exact on the 23rd. And so these are angry words. These are words, this is about emotional and a clash of opposites of what you want to say and how it's perceived. Protecting home, protecting family, protecting things that are going on. And if I were to add just like a smidgen more here, having this in your third house, growing up as a Sun and Venus in Cancer, you felt everybody's everything. You felt all of their energy, and you've had to grow up trying to figure out, is it yours? Is it mine? Do I have this bellyache? Do I have this headache? Is it because of me? Is it because of what's going on? And so this activation is saying, I have to protect my mind, my body, my spirit. I have to use the right words. I have to, this needs to make sense to me. The solution to it is going to be how it changes you stepping into your own power. This is going to be happening one more time after Mars stations direct. You got another month of it. Like, this is literally going back. It will have activated it. It would have conjunct it or come in contact with it 3 times before it's over. So the first time was back in December, and now you're feeling it again. and you will feel it one more time. The reason it happens in threes is it goes, Mars went across it, and it drew your attention to an area of your life that needed attention, needed a focus. I look at every time that there is a square or a conjunction or a tension point, it's not about having ease and grace. It's about bringing attention to an area of my life that I've been way too comfortable, that something needs to change, that everybody got used to the status quo and it's not working for me. It may be working for everybody else, but it's not healthy for me. And so Mars went across, and Mars in Cancer is like family, and my words and my feelings and my intuition and my gut instinct. And then it went into your fourth house of family members and home, traditions, and then it went retrograde. And that's when you're feeling it again. You will feel this one more time. The reason for 3 sweeps is the first time it catches us off guard, and the second time is I need to take this action, and the third time is anything else that did not get taken care of will get taken care of again. You will be having a Mars return when Mars comes to be at 3 degrees of Leo. And so that is a new 2-year cycle. So basically you are working on things of what do you want to initiate or start, go after, cut, sever, remove from your foundation, your home, property, real estate, anybody that lives within the home or family members. This could be like ancestry, DNA, all of those topics, because you're setting up a precedence for the next 2 years. I'm hoping that that makes sense. I want to talk about some bigger planets that are going to be shifting and changing. And you have Uranus. Uranus is this wild card. It's in a harmonious aspect with everything that's like going on in your career sector. No, I'm sorry, not your career sector. I did not mean to say that. I meant your travel, cross-cultural experiences. The 9th house represents visas, passports, foreign people, places, and things. I, Linda, would like to get out there and meet other people that have different thoughts or ideas, or I want to take a class, I want to take a workshop, I want to study. It's legal matters, it's publishing. This is in a harmonious aspect, asking for some type of change, asking for things to be shaken up, because remember, you are that bull that's in the pasture, and things have become complacent, and how do I change? I know I keep going back to it, but having this Cancer energy, I'm hoping that you are safeguarding yourself and your energy, knowing that other people can literally, like, they latch on. And this is in a harmonious aspect with everything that's going on here. Remember, I color code everything. So this is a water, this is water, and this is water. And so all of this energy is activating your Venus and your Sun. Saturn in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams is saying, I need to solidify this. I need to set some practices up. Like, everything is all wishy-washy. And Venus is the goddess of love. She wants to bring people, places, and things together. I'm going to come back to Venus because she is your chart ruler after this, because I want to talk about some things that are going on with this. But Neptune is here. Neptune and Saturn are going to be going into your 12th house. This is a deep dive into what do I want, what do I need. The 12th house is the hidden house. It's the house of secrets. It's the house of karma. It's how do I release it. And literally, you've just spent the last 18 months working through a lot of, I don't necessarily want to say like healing and trauma, but it's definitely you diving into dreams, intuition, psychic ability. Where did this energy come from? Was it passed down from grandmother to mother to me, or was it in this lifetime? And so now we're working through this, and now you're moving into, I want to be with other like-minded people. So Linda, I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Hit me up in the queue, in the chat. Sorry, hit me up in the chat, and let me know if this is making sense. Let's see. I mean, you've got a lot of things changing for you. I'm hoping that now that the nodes have shifted into a fellow water sign, it'll be a lot easier for you to be identifying just other people that are on the same vibration, the same wavelength that you are, other people that are like-minded, like your own community. Hoping all of this makes sense. Hey Mups, I know you're here. I know you got two going on at the same time. I appreciate you trying to toggle between the two. All right. All right, so I do not see you, Linda. I was hoping that you would let me know like one more thing before I left. Let me give it one more second and let me look around and see if there's anything else. I do want to talk about the new moon just briefly. I know I've talked about it with everybody else, but know that for you, this new moon, hold on. Thanks. This new moon is going to be in a harmonious aspect to money, cash, property, skill set, resources. I would set this next new moon, which is going to be on the 29th, set your new moon intentions about either the legacy that you want to leave behind, what you would like to do with your money, your cash, your property, your reset, your resources of, do I want it to go to a warm hand? Do I want to donate something? Do I want to sell something? It could have to do with, it's just definitely money and or things, people, places, or things that you value. And so I'm not going to say, because look, if there were a fire, there's two things. I would grab a quilt that my grandmother made and a thimble that was my grandmother. So like, it's things that you value. And so for you, set this new moon intention about those things of what to do with them and what do you value the most. So Linda, I appreciate you being here. Hoping all of this makes sense. I'm sending out an air hug to you. All right, so I do not think that there is anybody else left in the queue. So for that, I am appreciating everybody being here. If you would like, I'd like you to check out my Patreon community. There is a 1-week free trial, and I do like a daily update about things that are going on. I have early access to videos. I have 2 Zooms once a month, and I will see you guys here again in 2 weeks. So sending out air hugs to everybody. Bye.